Итак, всем доброго времени суток, уважаемые зрители, с вами alekszov, и мы продолжаем играть в Genshin, продолжаем его проходить, и наконец-таки мы добрались до Сумеру. Наконец-таки Сумера вышла, и мы сможем в нее поиграть, обследовать. Я, на самом деле, уже туда ходил, тут много чего исследовал. Ну, ладно, на самом деле я мало что исследовал, я просто пооткрывал точки телепортации некоторые и пооткрывал все доступные статуи Архонта. Тут вот есть два аппендикса таких вот, которые либо по сюжету откроются, либо я без понятия, что это, почему оно закрыто. Но как только я туда захожу, происходит ровно то же самое, если я выйду за границы открытой территории. Пока что нам доступна только зеленая часть Сумеру. Что будет вот здесь, непонятно, но тут чисто океан и пару островков всего лишь в лучшем случае будет. Но при этом здесь тоже вот такой вот аппендикс непонятный, неприятный. Так, что-то карта слишком жестко улетает. Мне-то и в принципе... В общем, мне не нравится вот эта зона. Мне не нравится, как здесь вот так вот оно обрезано непонятно, неровно. Причем там вроде как не должно больше ничего быть, но при этом все равно такие неровности. Здесь вот такой вот кусок еще непонятно чего, но здесь скорее всего откроется попозже. Там какие-то все-таки островки есть, но в основном чисто океан, поэтому непонятно что там. Ну, а здесь дальше у нас будет идти пустыня, которая тоже на данный момент недоступна. А если смотреть где-то с какой-то возвышенности, то кроме пирамиды там в основном ничего нет. Что меня немного так настораживает. Почему? Потому что, скажем так, сделать пустыню интересной довольно-таки сложное занятие. И пока что, вот так вот со стороны, она выглядит просто пустой, просто песок. Песок, какие-то каменные образования, или деревянные, или что оно там, и все, и пирамида где-то вдали. Надеюсь, когда этот кусок откроется, там будет все поинтереснее, посимпатичнее, но посмотрим. Так, ну ладно. Пока что приступаем к заданию. Наконец-таки будем исследовать, смотреть, что у нас здесь и как. Проход у нас открылся через разлом. Здесь появился небольшой такой проход. Шахта открылась. Я вообще на самом деле не помню, было ли здесь что-то до этого. По-моему, здесь либо вообще ничего не было, либо здесь завалено все было. Хрен его знает. Вот здесь новый телепорт и вот такой проход, пройдя по которому мы благополучно попадем в Сумеру. Здесь нас уже могут встречать вот такие вот заросшие кабанчики какие-то непонятные. Новые феи. И красивые пейзажи.
To Sumeru, our next objective should be to head to Sumeru City and find a way to meet with Lesser Lord Kusanali. And speaking of Lesser Lord Kusanali, even though we haven't heard too much about her, she doesn't seem to be the same deity who abducted your brother.
Вообще, мы ж вроде разобрались, что нашего брата никто не похищал. Ну, не, ладно, в самом начале его ж похитили. Но я сомневаюсь, что это был кто-то из местных архонтов. Это было какое-то высшее божество, находящееся явно не в Тейвате. Ну, в плане того, что не на Земле, а где-то... Я забыл, как называется вот та хрень, что где-то далеко в воздухе, в небе, которая летает, все приближается, но никак не упадет.
Even so, people call Sumero the nation of wisdom, you know. If we can get a chance to meet the god of wisdom, maybe she can give us some useful information.
Сомневаюсь. Мы от региона к региону не получаем ровно никакой полезной информации касательно этой темы. Никто ничего не знает. Мы опять, как и до этого, просто расклеим объявление, вдруг кто что видел, но никто ничего не видел о нашем брате, поэтому этот вопрос останется нерешенным.
But Paimon doesn't know the way to Sumero City. Maybe we can climb up to that spot with the statue of the Seven on it. That'll give us a way better view of things. Even if we can't see exactly where the...
О, к нам уже кто-то идет.
Wait a second. Look! There's someone up ahead! Perfect timing! Now we can just ask for directions rather than wander around like lost adventurers. Hey there! We're not from around here and seem to have gotten a little lost. We'd like to ask for some directions.
Нас игнорят.
Huh? Did they not hear Paimon? Hey! You over there! Could you give us some directions? Huh?
Она странная. Не говорите со мной.
What's going on here? There's no way she could have missed that. Wait! Could she be ignoring us? How dare she?
Они не любят неместных.
Well, even so, she might be heading someplace where we could find other people to ask. Let's keep our distance and follow her. When we get the chance, we'll just ask someone else for direction.
Сквозь дым и темные леса. Ну,
Come on, let's follow her.
леса
Just
не
keep
самые
quiet.
темные.
Make sure she doesn't notice us.
Опять стелс.
Huh? She just walked near that small waterfall and then suddenly vanished. Paimon thought this cave would lead to a village or something, but it looks like that's not the case. Look, she's sitting over there. Wait, what should we do now? Do we try asking her for directions again?
Давай ее пытать.
Alright then. It's not like we have anyone else we can ask. Even if she's not very friendly, we just need her to point us in the right direction. Oh! It's coming from that sensor over there. This is definitely not your typical place to call home, but at least it smells nice. Maybe living here wouldn't be too bad after all.
Может, она накуренная. Так, меня явно уже штормит.
Huh? What's the matter? You don't look too good. What? Is the smell making you feel sick? Strange. Paimon doesn't feel anything.
Нет, там явно что-то нехорошее.
What's happening? Traveler? This is no time for a nap.
Это была ловушка. Тоже не люблю этих всех вейперов. Надымят тут это всякое. И вейперов, и курящих. И надымят, и все. Потом воняет, что... Фу, бля, что ж. Нихуя себе дерево. Красивое. Бля, а я не могу сделать ни скриншот, ничего. Хотя у меня интерфейса нет, я могу просто стать красиво. Как-то. Здесь можно стать красиво? Так, это дерево из трейлеров, да? Которое должны сжечь или сожгли. Или непонятно. А вот и красивый кадр. Окей.
Are you sure it's not serious? The traveler's been out for a long time now.
Мир кого-то забудет. Кого? Дендрархонта? Прошлого Дендрархонта? Потому что я, по-моему, из каких-то роликов на ютубе смотрел, что там теории, что прошлый Дендрархонт мертв, а это новый. Или то были не теории, а разборы. Хуй его знает, не помню. Типа старого Дендрархонта забудут? Или кого?
Yes, you can relax. Believe me, Master is extremely knowledgeable. If he says that she's going to be alright, then there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
О, а вот и Калей. Наш новый персонаж.
Oh, are you awake now?
Oh, thank goodness! Traveler, you're finally awake!
Где я?
Well,
Кто я?
we're at... Good question. Where are we? Jaime was in such a panic when you passed out that she even forgot to ask what place this is.
This is Gandharvaville. It was originally built by scholars from Sumeru as a place to rest in the rainforest.
Гандхарва.
Now it's mainly used by the forest rangers as a base of operations. My name is Kale. I'm a trainee forest ranger. My master and I found you passed out during our patrol, so we brought you here.
Ага. Лесной дозор. Короче, это местная Эмбер.
Oh, no things are necessary. I didn't do anything really. By the way, how are you feeling now? Any discomfort? Oh, that's Master's herbal medicine you're tasting. He gave you some while you were unconscious. Before I forget, Master mentioned you should take more medicine once you wake up.
Так, не успел прийти, меня уже накурили.
Whoops!
Какой-то фигней напоили. Мне кажется, она это специально сделала.
Kale, what's the matter? Were you trying to retrieve the medicine? As I've already told you, you must be careful with these. All right, I'll get it for you once I'm finished here.
Ты чё такой ушастый? Тигнарий. Тигнарий. Еба ухи нафиг. Вот это ухи. Все любители ушастых просто в восторге. Писаются кипятком от счастья при виде этого персонажа, наверное.
Sorry, Master.
Now, the guide to Avidya Forest's edible fungi is clearly posted on our bulletin board. But if Farbode forgets which mushrooms to avoid one more time, I'll have no choice but to leave the guide somewhere a little more visible. Like right smack on his forehead so others can remind him to be careful.
Right? This is the second time he's come down with food poisoning this month. I'll be sure to give him a good talking to.
Yes, please do. If, on the off chance, Farbode simply enjoys having little imaginary fairies dance before his eyes, then we'll just let him be. But the next time he requires any of our medicine, be sure to charge him accordingly.
Так. Еще один какой-то наркоман, который любит танцующих человечков. Опять
So,
грибов кто-то
how are you
наелся.
doing?
Или надышался
Feeling
той же
better?
гадостью, что и я.
Oh, this is my master, Forest Watcher Tainari. He's chief officer over all the rangers here in Gandharvaville.
I already informed Paimon about the reason you fell unconscious earlier. But now that you're awake, let me explain it for you as well.
Да, будь добр.
It is common practice for Sumeru scholars of certain darshans to dedicate themselves to training and meditation in isolated areas, particularly the nearby forests. While meditating, they use a certain incense known as spirit borneol to help calm their minds as they enter a state of deep rumination.
Короче, наркоманы.
In hopes of asking directions, you two followed a scholar named Hypatia into her cave. The incense you smelled inside was the spirit borneol I just mentioned. That incense typically has no effect on most people, but for a very select few, it can have profound effects on one's cognition, as you experienced firsthand. Does that make sense?
Что значит стимулировать ум? Типа, мой ум настолько просто превознесся, я настолько поумнел, что не выдержал и потерял сознание.
Very good. Now, answer me this. Did you feel anything after passing out? Say, any out-of-body experiences? Or did you see anything while unconscious?
Я видел Эгдрасиль.
Kale, let the others know to stop bringing their patrol logs here for now.
Huh? Why?
Because these two will be staying here for the next few days. They can have my room and I'll bunk with Amir. Now get a move on and be sure to do as I've said.
Yes, Master Tainari.
Wait, hold on a second. Can you tell us what's going on?
Sure, let me fill you in. I originally planned to send you on your way once you finished your medicine. However, it appears now that you should stay a while longer in Gandharvaville for further observation while you recuperate.
Короче, я так понял, меня уж слишком сильно накрыло. Ему не понравилось то, что у меня были галюны. И он такой: так, тебя надо лечить. Очень долго лечить.
Further observation?
No need to be hasty. As long as you have the capacity to judge between right and wrong, I promise that you'll understand the gravity of the situation once I explain everything to you. Based on what you saw after smelling the incense and losing consciousness, we can conclude that you experienced a powerful hallucination, which suggests your mental state is not in the best of shape. If you're skeptical, have a whiff of this.
Так, опять что-то нюхать. Давай не надо.
Oh, are you okay?
You're experiencing a similar sensation as when you passed out, aren't you? So even though your condition is stable as of now, if I were to haphazardly let you leave, the rainforest is home to many fierce animals and hazardous areas. If something were to happen to you again, I'm afraid you might not be so lucky.
Ой, да ладно, я уже бегал по Сумеру. Ничего со мной не было.
For now, I suggest you continue taking your medicine each day and avoid wandering off on your own. At least until you stop having adverse reactions to this kind of smell, okay?
Нет.
Good. Now continue resting while I fire up another bowl of medicine for you.
Seriously? We just arrived in Sumeru and we're already having problems left and right.
Да это все грибы, я тебе отвечаю. Напускали тут своих спор всяких. И их один нюхай, а потом тебе плохо становится.
Paimon knows
И
we're set on
галлюцинации видишь.
meeting Lesser Lord Kusanali as soon as possible, but you really don't look too good. Hey, are you even listening to Paimon? Paimon's over here worrying about you, you know. What's weird? You mean how you're feeling now? You mean the vision of tree roots and red skies you saw? But if those weren't hallucinations, what could they be?
Вещий сон.
Well, considering how unique you are, Paimon trusts your judgment here. But why didn't you say anything about it to Tainari? If he misjudged your condition, then there's a chance you could get worse, right? Huh? You mean that Tainari already knows that what you saw weren't hallucinations? But if that's the case, why would he try to hide that from us? Oh, Paimon gets it now. That explains why you were so quiet earlier. Well, that settles it then. We'll stay here to rest up and figure out what's going on with your hallucinations. But it seems like asking Tainari might not be an option anymore. What do you think we should do? Good idea. Kale's pretty friendly. We can ask her tomorrow about what she knows regarding the Dendro Archon and customs in Sumeru. Rise and shine! Come on, it's time to go find Kale!
Прикольно. Аквариум такой. Интересный.
All right, next let's see your right hand. Yes, not bad. But please remember that you still need to be careful. Understand?
Yes, I will. By the way, Master, I still haven't received the patrol route for today.
Look, Kale, today's patrol will be a long one, so you won't be coming along this time. Besides, there's a chance we may encounter... well, you understand.
But I have a vision too! Am I useless to everyone now?
Кстати говоря, Калеиш, у нас какая-то вроде бы по комиксам, по Геншину, это подопытная фотоёв. И у нее вроде чи не было глаза бога, у нее чи был глаз порчи, короче, над ней там что-то ставили, а потом что-то, короче, как-то не знаю, я не смотрел комиксы, не читал не читал эту, мангу по Геншину, поэтому без понятия, но знаю, что она там была, потому что я смотрел ролики на эту тему. Но, если честно, не особо помню, что там.
Don't talk like that, Kale. This is not something you need to be worrying about right now. Ah, there you are. Feeling any better?
Yeah, since we'll be staying here for now, we thought we might as well try lending a hand around here.
Seems you're not the type to sit back and take it easy for a while, huh? In that case, perhaps Kale could take you two for a patrol south of Gandharvaville for the day. And if you're feeling up to it, you can be responsible for cleaning the Statue of the Seven.
Tainari, we're ready to head out.
Roger, I'll be right there. All right, we'll be heading into the forest now.
Yes, you can count on me.
So, Kale, what exactly are we going to be doing today? Tainari mentioned cleaning the statue just now, but, that doesn't really sound like the job for a ranger.
Well, a forest ranger's responsibilities can be pretty diverse. They handle a variety of tasks, like checking the condition of outlying roads, maintaining forest facilities, ensuring fire prevention standards are met, and as for Master, well, he has to handle more dangerous areas of the rainforest. Today we can perform routine checks on the pathway lamps as we make our way to the Statue of the Seven. Paimon, traveler, this way!
Куда?
You can leave the task of checking the lamps to me. In the meantime, you two can keep an eye out for anything unusual. Nothing wrong with these two lamps. Let's move to the next ones. Oh, this lamp seems to be getting a little wobbly. Let me make a note of it. No problems with this lamp.
Так, где-то здесь дендракул, или как они здесь называются. Кстати говоря, с этими дендракулами здесь полная запара будет, потому что для того, чтобы прокачать статую Архонта до первого уровня, нужно аж 20 штук. А всего их тут за 200 где-то. Этих анемакулов. Поэтому тут очень много придется их добывать. Это прям печалька. Типа электрокулов было довольно-таки много. Геокулов было много. А этих тут вообще до ужаса просто. Если так посчитать.
The statue of the Seven is up on top of that large rock formation. You must have seen it when you came down this road before.
Да, шли, залазили уже за кадром. Брали новые способности.
It's pretty high up there, isn't it? Don't worry. If you're afraid you can't make it up there, I'm sure Master wouldn't mind if you don't clean the statue. Oh? I guess I'll leave it up to you then. There's not much footing once you reach the statue, so be
Paimon will fly up with you and help you with those hard-to-reach areas. By the way, Kale, do you know anything about the Dendro Archon?
that depends. Are you referring to Greater Lord Ruka Devata or Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Да, их все-таки двое. То есть одна, получается, прошлый Дендрархонт, а Кусанали это новый. Великой властительнице Рука Девате. Ебать имечко.
Greater Lord Ruka Devata? Oh, is that the name of the former Dendro Archon?
Uh-huh. Greater Lord Ruka Devata was Sumeru's first Dendro Archon. She created the rainforest as well as the wall of Samiel around the desert. Her works provided a means of peaceful living for everyone. To the people of Sumeru, she's not only a symbol of wisdom, but also of power and kindness. Unfortunately, she disappeared in a great calamity that occurred a few hundred years ago. According to what Masters told me, the sages later found the newly born Dendro Archon and whisked her back to Sumeru. To celebrate the reinstatement of their lost deity, the sages dubbed her Lesser Lord Kusanali and let her reside in the sanctuary of Sarastana.
Насколько я знаю, скорее заперли, чем поселили.
Uh-huh. Then what happened?
Well, and then... I'm not too sure what happened, to be honest.
Huh? You're not too sure? But aren't you from Sumeru?
Yeah, I'm from Sumeru. But...
Maybe it's difficult to discuss this topic with strangers. If that's the case, then don't worry, we understand.
No, it's not that. I'm not trying to hide something from you. Besides, I don't consider you two strangers. Anyway, you two know Amber, right?
Конечно.
Wait, Amber? You mean...
Yes, that's her. I once lived in Mondstadt for a while, and she helped me a lot during that time. You could even say that she helped me become a new person. There's no one like Amber. She lives life to the fullest while always adhering to her strong sense of justice. She's ready to answer the call for action at any moment. But if you ask me, she's a prime example of a true outrider. She's the first person anyone coming to Mondstadt will meet. You can't help but be enthralled by her charm and enthusiasm. Sorry.
Paimon thought the work of Outriders was a little different from what you just described, but one thing's for sure, you really like Amber.
Sorry. I was rambling on just now. It must have sounded kind of weird.
It's alright, Kale. Knowing that you're a friend of Amber somehow makes Paimon suddenly feel a lot closer to you. So, how do you know that we've met Amber?
Well, after I returned to Sumeru, Amber and I have stayed in touch by writing each other letters. In one letter, she mentioned that Mondstadt was attacked by a fearsome dragon, but the city was saved by a mysterious blonde traveler and their floating companion. I knew you two were the ones she mentioned in the letter the moment I saw you. But, considering everything you've been through that day...
so that's how you knew.
Yep, so please know that you two have my complete trust. Really. I wish I could tell you more about the Ginger Archon, but I have been away from Summeru for some time, and I haven't read any books. Sorry.
А, так ты тоже не из тех, кто любит почитать.
That's alright. You've already helped us a lot. We had never even heard of Greater Lord Ruka Devata or the Sanctuary of Surasthana until you mentioned them.
Почему такие сложные наименования у всего? Рука Девате, Сурастаны. Что это, блядь, за названия такие? Их хрен выговоришь с первого раза. Нормально.
Oh, I'm happy that was helpful. There is one thing I want to ask, though. Why do you two want to know about the Ginger Archon? So that's why you're here. Thank you for telling me your story.
Don't mention it. We are friends after all, right?
Друг моего друга, мой друг.
Alright, we have a statue to clean.
You both have my thanks. While you two are up there cleaning, I'll go ahead and inspect the forest canopy.
Тут, кстати говоря, есть всякие вот такие вот штуки, с которыми, по идее, можно как-то взаимодействовать, но, если честно, я не знаю как. Ладно, с некоторыми можно и так, но не со всеми. С этим ладно, с этим мы как-то взаимодействовали. Но вообще, далеко не все активируются от дендра стихии. Просто я там пытался уже один камень, да не один на самом деле, я много камней встречал на пути, которые хочешь как-то сдвинуть, как-то с ними что-то сделать, а хрен там плавал.
Now that Paimon looks at it, the deity that's carved on the statue is kinda small. Do you think she's supposed to be Greater Lord Ruka Devata or Lesser Lord Kusanali? The name does seem to fit the statue somehow. Well, anyway, we'll have to figure that out later. Let's get started on cleaning the statue. Paimon will fly up and take care of the top, and you clean everything below. Nice work. That's one clean statue. Let's head down and meet up with Kale.
Там вон уже бегают кабанчики новые. Там вот тигр сидит всякий непонятный.
Kale, we're back.
Welcome back! You must be tired after all that climbing. Let's take a little break. I brought some fruit and water for us.
Yay, food! What kind of goodies did you bring? Hey, don't be a party pooper. It's not like Kale is a stranger or anything. Besides, the best way to compliment a chef is to show passion for their food.
I prepared a nice portable dish that forest rangers like to eat called pita pockets. I hope you'll like them.
Пицца. Пиццу мы ели.
Whoops!
Так, ясно. Пиццу будем есть с полу.
No, you dropped it on the ground.
А, она завернута. Нормально. Ничего страшного.
Not to worry. I wrapped a few layers of oiled paper around each pita. They should be fine.
Oh, whew. Paimon nearly had a heart attack there.
Какая-то ты слишком уж неуклюжая. А вообще фирменное блюдо Сумеру это шаурма. Да, здесь она тоже есть. Я просто уже был в столице и там скупил пару рецептиков. И там есть шаурмичная. Неплохо так, да?
Thank goodness you wrapped them in paper. Paimon wouldn't have been able to sleep at night knowing something so tasty had been wasted.
Ой, да ладно, поднял, отряхнул и съел, нормально.
You really know how to compliment the chef, Paimon. Since you liked it so much, I'll be sure to give you a copy of the recipe sometime. I'll even include all my personal cooking pointers, so you'll be making your own pita pockets in no time.
О, а вот это давай.
Yay! Thanks, Kale! It's hard to believe someone as diligent as you could have clumsy moments too.
Oh, I guess it happens from time to time.
So, Kale, don't you think that Tainari's a little too strict with you? He won't let you touch anything without his permission. Paimon knocks stuff over all the time flying around the Traveler, but she's never said anything. Everyone has their clumsy moments.
No, you've got the wrong idea about Master. Sure, he may seem a bit harsh at first, but with some time, you'll see that he's actually very kind-hearted. I've heard the veteran rangers say that Master is from some ancient and mysterious race that is known for their cunning wit and reclusive nature. Oh, by the way, you've heard of the Academia, right? Well, there's a group called, something?
Короче, понятно. Тут даже все местные не могут выговорить нормально и запомнить все эти названия ихние, которые вот понапридумают, а потом сами, блин, не помнят, как это называется. Ой, ясно все с ними. Но на самом деле с Калей явно что-то не так. Она слишком уж неуклюжая и какая-то... Во-первых, она многое не договаривает, да, а во-вторых, у нее явно какие-то проблемы еще с памятью, что.
Well, anyway, because Master does a lot of research on plants, sages from the Academia have written him many times, inviting him to take up an official position there.
А может, она просто не очень умная, поскольку мало читает, читать не любит. Вот и получается, прям как я.
But Master declines their offers every time, saying, Sumeru City is too noisy. It'd be bad for my ears. I know, right? I've always wanted to pet them too. Anyway, Master could have easily left the rainforest to take up a position at the Academia, but he chose to stay here instead as a forest watcher, helping the locals every day and passing on his knowledge to trainees.
Но в целом его решение понять можно. Хочет быть, так сказать, ближе к природе, а не заниматься всякой вот этой письменной, душной работой где-то там в душных кабинетах.
In fact, Master's the one who taught me how to make pita pockets.
Really? Paimon would have never guessed that. Oh, speaking of Tainari, he was the one who took care of you after finding you passed out yesterday. He even carried you all the way here. Paimon's still kinda upset, though. He kept scolding Paimon the entire way here.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Master might have been overreacting a little. But, it's mostly because Paimon wouldn't stop yelling, Why, oh why? Is she going to die? It probably started to get under Master's skin after a while.
Hey! Don't laugh! Paimon was genuinely concerned about you. Hey! Now even Kale's starting to laugh. Ugh, that's it! Paimon won't forget this! It's time for some Paimonial wrath!
No! Don't touch me! I didn't mean that.
Kale, are you okay? What's the matter?
No, I'm fine. I'm sorry. I must have startled you both reacting like that. Oh, well, it's getting late now. Let's hurry back to Gandharville.
Короче, хотели...
What was up with Kale just now? And why is she in such a hurry all of a sudden? Look, she's practically running back. Paimon can't even see her now.
Короче, хотели расспросить Калей о Тигнарии, о Архонте и том, что здесь происходит. Но в итоге нам надо расспрашивать Тигнарии о том, что происходит с Калеей. Потому что она явно не в себе. У нее явно какая-то психологическая травма. Хотя если она была подопытной и фатует, то в принципе понятно откуда.
Traveler, you've returned.
Yep, we're back. Have you seen Kale?
Oh, Kale? Yes, I saw her go into her room just a moment ago.
Oh, okay. Guess we'll just have to wait and talk to her tomorrow then.
Так, а где моя комната? Я не понял. Там? Ладно. Неважно.
Paimon was thinking all night about what happened with Kale, and still can't figure out what the problem might be. Maybe she's in a better mood now. Let's go check on her.
Ah, it's you two. I was just about to go look for you.
Huh? Tainari? What are you doing here? Where's Kale?
I came to check on Kale's condition. To put it simply, she's not well.
You mean she's sick? How could she be... Oh, wait a minute. Could it be because of what Paimon did yesterday?
No, no need to worry. Something as small as you could never harm her. This sickness is something that Kale has been dealing with for some time. Kale has been more excited than usual since you two arrived. A little too much so, to be honest. She hasn't remembered to take care of herself. I suppose it's understandable, though. She hasn't been around anyone she considered a friend for some time now.
So, Tainari, what's really wrong with Kale?
Let's take this conversation elsewhere. Kale just fell asleep after taking her medicine.
К ней даже дорогу обрубили. Все пути к ней обрубили. Она изгой.
All right, let's continue our conversation here, shall we? To be honest, I hadn't realized that you're that honorary knight from Mondstadt until Kale told me just now. I've also heard all about your deeds in Liyue and Inazuma. So, just to clarify, what I'm about to tell you about Kale is not because of who you are or your past feats. Instead, I am going to tell you because... well, because Kale asked me to. And honestly speaking, I was against Kale revealing her past to you. But she insisted, saying you two treated her with sincerity and as a friend. So now she wishes to reciprocate the gesture.
So, Tainari, what exactly is wrong with Kale? You said this is something she's been dealing with for some time. Just how serious is it?
Right. Ever since she was a child, She's been afflicted with a disease called alekszov.
Alekszov?
Yes, it's a disease unique to the lands of Sumero. It is characterized by dark and hardened scales that form on the body. At first, the afflicted may only feel mild numbness on the affected area of the skin. However, as the disease progresses, one may begin feeling fatigued and even experience peripheral paresthesia. In its final stages, the disease strips a person of the ability to control their own body, and they effectively become completely immobile.
Тогда, в принципе, понятно, почему она такая неуклюжая.
That sounds terrifying.
Это вполне может быть вызвано болезнью.
Wait, hold on. So when Kale seemed to be acting a little clumsy earlier?
Correct. That would be the effects of alekszov, which is precisely why I do not want her carrying or holding anything, lest she ends up hurting herself. With appropriate treatment, the disease can be effectively controlled before it progresses to a more serious stage. However, there is unfortunately still no true cure for alekszov. Nevertheless, Kale's mother still hoped that there was something out there. She handed Kale over to an organization known as the Fatui after one of their members lied and said they had a cure.
Ясно.
What? The Fatui?
Ah, it appears you're already familiar with them. That'll save me some explanation.
Мы о них не просто слышали, мы с ними уже неоднократно сталкивались и пиздюлей им давали. А они все никак не успокоятся.
Anyway, the person who eventually rescued Kale and brought her to me for care said that she had been given to a harbinger known as the Doctor. I have no idea how this doctor managed to do it, but her case of alekszov was completely stable for all the years that Kale was with them. However, Kale's days with the Fatui were anything but pleasant. Kale is a resilient individual and always tries to appear cheerful, but her experience with the Fatui has left deep scars. Even now, she can still feel deathly afraid of someone touching her.
Oh, Paimon had no idea Kale's been through so much suffering.
Oh, by the way, Paimon, Kale wanted me to tell you that she's sorry for scaring you yesterday. She also wanted both of you to know that she's sorry for hiding her illness.
She doesn't need to apologize. None of this is her fault at all.
Well said. I hope you'll get a chance to tell her that in person the next time you see her. Kale once thought that it would be impossible for her to have any real friendships. I trust that you two will never let my trainee experience such emotional pain again.
Don't worry, Tainari. We'll take good care of her.
Well, it's not too serious at this point. She overexerted herself the last couple of days, which is what led to her breakdown this time. As long as she has taken her medicine and gets plenty of rest, she should get better. Though, I must admit that Kale's condition was much more stable when she first arrived here in Gandharvaville. She was interested in the work of the forest rangers the moment she saw us. I could see that she was serious about learning, so I felt compelled to ask her to join us. Her stamina has gotten much worse recently. Though a moderate amount of physical exercise is always necessary, I'm afraid the long-distance patrols are a little too much for her now. All right, now that I've told you about Kale's past, I think I'll head into the rainforest to find some ingredients needed for her medicine. I'll see...
Yeah, we'd like to do something to help Kale too.
All right, but I must warn you two. The rainforest is a dangerous place, especially for someone who's still recovering like the Traveler.
No problemo.
Let's go then. We'll be looking for a plant known as Lunar Lotus. It's often used to help those afflicted with alekszov recover their energy.
По-моему, у меня такой же есть.
Hey, Tainari? Where exactly are we going to find this plant?
Lunar Lotus can be found all over the rainforest, but it often grows right here around Gandharvaville.
Given the name, it sounds like we should be looking for it in the water.
You are correct. Lunar Lotus grows in the water. When fully matured, they look like giant blue flowers floating on the water's surface. Quite an attractive species, if you ask me. The large petals are actually the plant's leaves and sepals, which surround a very small flower. You should note that many of the plants found in Sumeru have names that are contrary to their species. Take the Kalpalata, for example. The plant is not a lotus at all, but rather a vine. And then there's the Sumeru rose, which is not a rose, completely contrary to its name.
Oh, huh. Okay then. Note to Paimon. Never bring up the topic of flowers with Tighnari.
Да чё, я бы послушал. Так, здесь много лотоса. Это место стоит запомнить.
There should be lunar lotuses growing somewhere in this area. Let's split up and begin searching.
Я уже нашел.
If you could manage to gather 4 of them, that would be sufficient. We'll rendezvous here once you've gathered the needed amount.
Alright. Hey, Tighnari. We found the lotuses you requested.
Let me take a look. Good, very good. I'm quite glad you two came along. Your exploration experience helped save me a lot of time here. It seems we even have enough time to stock up on some other things I need.
Hey, Tighnari!
Oh, Tighnari, someone's calling your name.
Ah yes, that's Amir and the others. But didn't they just set off not too long ago? Let's go find out what's going on.
Так, эти плесельники от меня не отстанут, походу. Или отстанут.
Tighnari, thank goodness we found you here. We were just about to head back and find you at Gandharvaville.
What's going on?
We just discovered a withering zone.
The Withering is back? But the patrol route you were on should have been already clear just a week ago. It reappeared so quickly. Can you tell me the exact location?
It's up ahead, deep in the river valley. It's appeared in a spot that blocks nearly the entire narrow part of the valley area, so we decided to come find you as quickly as possible.
And the radius of the contamination?
Sorry, I couldn't get a clear enough view to tell.
No one in our patrol team had a vision, and it appeared to still be spreading, so we didn't risk getting any closer.
Okay, I understand. You made the right decision. I'll go deal with it right away. In the meantime, please guide these two back to Gandharvaville.
Не, давай, я с тобой.
Wait, Tighnari, why don't you let us help you?
You two have only just arrived in Sumeru. There's a unique type of anomaly that occurs in the Sumeru rainforest. It's called the Withering. The affected areas not only cause nearby vegetation to wither, but it's also lethal to wildlife and even people. If you don't carry a vision, then you should think twice before approaching such places.
Если у меня нет глаза бога, это еще не значит, что я не могу использовать стихии.
Yes, Amir is
Я
absolutely
особенный.
right. I wasn't kidding when I said the rainforest is a dangerous place. As Amir said, only someone with a vision, that is, the power to manipulate elements, will be able to resist the Withering's corrosive effects for a time.
Я могу использовать способности. Я особенный.
That's right. If any of the forest rangers without a vision come across a withering zone, we first make a record of the location and then have a ranger with the proper abilities deal with it. Like, only someone with a vision can venture within a withering zone and find a way to deal with it. But you don't seem to carry a vision.
Don't worry, she may not have a vision, but she's a real pro at using the power of the elements.
Причем разными. Ха! Я
It seems the
аватар.
rumors about you are true. In that case, all right, you two may accompany me. We typically only teach visitors how to identify the Withering as they're about to leave Gandharvaville. We'll make an exception today and show you what it looks like up close.
Быстро же мы тебя переубедили. Так, плесельники, отстаньте, пожалуйста. Мне сейчас не до вас. С вами мы потом посражаемся.
Stop. Don't move any further. Look there in the distance.
Huh? Where? Oh, look! Those plants have withered. That whole area is kinda gloomy. Even the air looks like it's filled with ash.
Но пепла я не вижу.
Oh, Paimon doesn't
Ah,
like the
теперь
look
вижу.
of this.
That is the Withering. All right, traveler. We're going to have to enter that Withering zone. Once inside, we'll need to look for what we call tumors of the Withering. If we eliminate those, then the area will be saved. Thank you, but I must warn you. Don't push yourself. Even with elemental powers, once you step inside the Withering zone, you may experience extreme discomfort. If at any point it becomes too much, return outside the zone and take a breather. You ready then? Let's go. First, we must locate any branches sustaining the Withering zone.
Stabilize!
Whirling snow! Take flight!
Gather!
Так,
Whirling snow!
пока не понял, как я уничтожил прошлую штуку. Так, у этих мой эффект спадает. Но тем не менее, я не понял, как я уничтожил там эту штуку. Вот я подобрал. И... А что делать-то? Сжечь? Нет. Или да?
Great work. Now that all the branches have been cleared, we
понял.
need to take care of the tumor.
Take flight!
Now, destroy the tumors of the Withering. Yes, thanks to you two. We were able to quickly restore this area back to normal.
Tainari? You make it sound like we did well, but why does Paimon have the feeling you're worried about something?
It's that obvious, huh? Recently, the rate at which the Withering Zone appears has been increasing. Even though we were able to quickly clear that Withering Zone, it won't be long before another one appears. If that simply meant more work for me, then that wouldn't be an issue. But it's far more severe than that. The Withering is leaving lasting effects on the... For instance, even though we cleared out the Withering Zone, many of the plants that were affected will not recover. This presents a crisis for the ecosystem itself. Many plants in the rainforest are already in decline, directly impacting the wildlife that depends on those plants. And most disturbingly, as the appearances of Withering Zones have started to increase, Kale's case of alekszov has also become more serious.
Huh? Well, why's that?
I'm still not sure of the exact reason. However, I've received word from acquaintances at the academia that similar cases are being reported for patients with other conditions. No, none that we know of. The Withering has been recorded in Sumero for millennia. It's said that it originates from the depths of the world. By the way, have you heard of Irminsul before?
Нет.
Irminsul is a tree located deep beneath the surface. Although it isn't like any tree we know in a biological sense, you can basically think of it as a large tree that grows downwards rather than upwards.
А может мы были тогда во сне как раз у этого дерева и были вверх
I'm
ногами?
sure you've heard of ley lines, right? They're like the roots of Irminsul, spreading and extending from a massive cavern deep underground all the way up to the surface. Ley lines continually absorb the memories of this world, which are then funneled into Irminsul, allowing it to collect knowledge and wisdom from ancient times to present day. The Dendro Archon is known as the God of Wisdom because her consciousness is directly connected to it. It is also said that the Dendro Archon's power is a manifestation of Irminsul.
Ирминсуль. Это Игдрасиль.
And as for the Withering, its emergence is
Ой,
related to a
Нет,
disease that's
подожди,
affecting it.
Да, мировое древо, Игдрасиль. Все правильно, я ничего не путаю.
That's right. My ancestors learned of this from Greater Lord Ruka Devata's familiars a long time ago. But even those mysterious creatures did not know of a cure for Irminsul. I'm afraid we rangers will be battling the Withering Zones here for a long time until a cure is found. Alright, that's enough on this topic for the time being. Now that we've taken care of things here, it's time for us to head back to Gandharvaville.